What's up and welcome to Me, You, and Switch 2. I am me, Tom Tate, and you are you, so let's talk about Switch 2. This is the latest and greatest Nintendo Switch 2 news brought to you every Tuesday and Friday in snackable 5 to 10 minute episodes. Today happens to be Friday. It is August 7th. It is actually 6:32 a.m. on the East Coast, and this is episode 124. I hope that you all had an awesome week. I'm actually heading out in just a bit. I'm going to celebrate a birthday in the family. So I took a day off. I'm going to do my best to keep this one actually short and sweet this time. And anything I don't get to, we'll pick up on Tuesday. But I think I'm covering the big stuff. I'll just drop the extra links in the show notes as well, too. Last Tuesday, we took a look at all the games releasing this August on Switch 2. And then shortly after recording, Nintendo dropped a Nintendo Direct for Fire Emblem Fortune's Weave, and this game is launching mid-September, so it'll be here before you know it, next month. The Direct was about 20 minutes long. It was pretty informative. Definitely check it out if you're a Fire Emblem fan. IGN said it looks like a Three Houses sequel. That's kind of the vibe that they were feeling in terms of gameplay and also presentation. There are 4 character stories to choose from in this game. Each of the characters are trying to win the Heroic Games, which is like a Roman arena style competition. The stories can be played at the same time. You don't have to play one all the way through before you start another. And there are plenty of non-story things to do that they touched on in the Direct. And in terms of the story, there's also a bit of time travel here, which I thought was interesting. So this game is shaping up to be a true Fire Emblem game. I think fans are getting very excited. There was also an update this week for all Pokemon Pokopia owners. This is regardless of whether you purchased the game's expansion pass or not. This will give you the dive ability. This lets you build underwater, which opens up a whole ton just in terms of continuing to expand gameplay. The expansion pass, the first wave of DLC hit as well, and that includes Bubbly Basin, which is like a brand new section of the game that you can start to explore. A whole new area, and there will be 3 waves of DLC as far as I know. This is just the first. The next 2 will arrive next year. As we mentioned earlier this week, Final Fantasy XIV is now available on Switch 2. The early impressions are pretty positive. This game appears to be running incredibly well. I caught some video footage, and it does look good. Fans of this game are appreciative that it's actually on Switch and it's running well. The biggest issues that I read were initial download times, initial load times, and some users had trouble with like that early in-game setup, just getting things rolling. But I think they're looking to patch and fix a bunch of these, so we'll keep an eye on that. Ominusha, Way of the Sword, the final previews hit a bunch of outlets, and in the interest of time, I'm not going to dive into these today, but I will link to them below. And the TLDR here is that Capcom is definitely continuing to prove that they can port impressive games to Switch 2 while still maintaining performance, some graphic fidelity. Like, it's not going to be on par with the PlayStation 5, but it still looks incredibly good. And the gameplay experience is pretty much untouched. And we've seen this with Pragmata. We've seen this with Resident Evil Requiem. And a few articles have commented that Capcom seems to have another hit on their hands in 2026, and it looks like the Switch 2 experience is going to be roughly uncompromised, which is pretty exciting. Aliens Fireteam Elite 2 was announced for a fall release. This is a game that is releasing on other platforms later this month. We caught a rumor that there is a Switch 2 version of Diablo 4. The rumor is that this will arrive for $69.99 sometime next month, maybe mid-September. This game first dropped on other consoles and PC on, I think it was in 2023 that we saw this one, in the summer of 2023, if I remember correctly. And finally, Nintendo announced its playable Gamescom lineup, which will be in Germany at the end of this month. We didn't know this, what was going to be playable up until this week. We have Nintendo Switch Sports Resort, Call of Duty Modern Warfare 2, Orbitals, 007 First Light, Minecraft Dungeons 2, EA Sports FC 27, Splatoon Raiders, Pokemon Pokopia, Metaphor, ReFantasio, and more, quote unquote. Speculation is that the end more could include Zelda Ocarina of Time. We'll see. We'd have to get, some informative Nintendo Direct between now and the end of the month, which the rumor is we will. So we'll keep an eye out for that. Okay, that's going to be it for today. We're going to wrap things up. I hope that you enjoy the weekend. Sometimes the weekend takes forever to get here, it feels like, and then it's gone before you know it. So soak it in, do something that you love. I will be back on Tuesday. I will catch up on anything I missed. Maybe I'll take a look at some of the Pokemon Pokopia DLC reviews if it's a quiet news weekend so I can fill some time. A kind rating or review helps me continue to grow the show. You can head on over to switch2pod.com. That's switch with the number 2pod.com for all the things, all the show notes, all the subscribe links. I'm out of here. Much love. Now go play some games.